Welcome, here we are, Espresso Sesh, another Tuesday, another episode, actually season 5, first episode of the year, happy 2020, happy season 5, next to me, Mr. Nick Scott, aka Mom and Dad. Welcome, Nick.
Thanks, Nino.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
We're listening to here in the background one of his last DJ mix, DJ Mom and Dad. Okay, this is like the first question, man. It's kind of obvious why this name, how this name came from. You're not a duo, or
No, it's like a duo of one, right?
Or many sides of your personality.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's the many sides of ourselves. So you can just pick two. And
Yeah, I think maybe it's the two sides of DJing personality and the concept that to make a mix you need sort of two turntables.
yeah,
So you need the mom and the dad
okay.
to produce
The son,
the
child,
the
in
child, the
general,
output. Yeah, that's the that's the intellectual side. There's
Okay.
another side which is sort of a secret.
Cool, yeah. We keep it the one that we can say, yes. All right, you're listening to Espresso Sesh. It's a beautiful day in San Francisco. We are live from the Mission District with Mom and Dad. We're gonna play some. We're gonna go explore what kind of sound today.
Yeah, we're gonna go all over the place.
All over the
I sort of
place.
wanted to go back and find some of the stuff that inspired me early on,
Okay.
and then some more modern things as well. But it really varies in intensity and tempo.
And tempo and styles.
Yeah.
We're gonna share the stage pretty soon on the January 25th at 111 Minna. There is a Euro Night Fest 2020. 3 live bands, 3 DJs, all over the place, from mostly Europe. But we've been living here for a minute now, so we got acquainted with the local. Like they say, once in Rome, do as the Roman do. I mean, we are still European, but another way to see the scene. No, cool. All right, let's play some music, warm it up, and let's go back on the air with Mom and Dad in a second. You're listening to BFF.FM Espresso Sesh. And you're listening to BFF.fm. This is DJ mix that Mom and Dad just put out like a few days ago. It's called Ad Astra, and you can find it on his SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Mom and Dad, no?
That's right.
Simple, direct, cool vibes, taking us, in a nice space of mind. So, I call you Nick, okay? I call you Mom.
That works.
I mean, my mom will be so happy, Anyway, this is some, let's say, some electronic going to the deep house territory,
Mm-hmm.
with big room for imagination. Let's put it like that. And I guess you play also a lot of disco, a lot of more on the minimal.
Yeah.
How is start DJing? How is the love of music was born into you? You had like a sparkle at some point.
Yeah.
Or
I think the love of music has always been there from a very young age. I would listen to music very intensely. But I think DJing is just relatively a recent thing, like 3-4 years.
Okay.
And I think it was really the point at which this became a credible outlet. I was allowed to play music to everybody, and I didn't have to before I was just collecting music, listening to music on my own, but to be able to put it out there and
to share it.
And to share it, exactly, yeah. To share all the cool stuff that I enjoy, and to see other people enjoy it, and to see what works and what doesn't work, and to learn from other people as well. Like you meet a lot of other DJs when you're DJing, and they always bring new and interesting stuff to you that you can then use later. And
was starting from the love of music. This is the beginning. So it was easier to you already had the music, just you have to learn how to put it together. Like one song after another, all these things.
Yeah, so I grew up playing music as well. So I
as a musician.
Yeah, I learned the guitar, and I learned a bit of drums. I could play a bit of keyboards. I spent a lot of my college years just messing around, creating music and starting to produce things. So that aspect of understanding phrases in music and understanding what's going to work well together, that sort of came quite naturally. But then there's so much more to DJing. There's actually knowing a lot of music. There's having a lot of music, having the right music for the right moments, being able to select it, find it when you need it.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, you have to read the moment and provide the right soundtrack for that.
It's the hardest thing to learn. It's the hardest thing to teach, I'm sure, because you just have to read in that moment and not panic.
Yeah, it's a matter of, like you say, also no panic. It's empathy. You read, and also you have to be in control of yourself, and because paradoxically you are in control of the room while you're DJing. So just to keep it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody is sort of aware that you're there, but they ideally they wouldn't know that you're there. They would just enjoy the music, right?
I mean, when you fuck it up, they realize, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, right.
But if you can be like part of the melt with blend in with the situation, like everybody's having a good time and you are just enhancing like a mood, and it's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody said like once, it's like making happy people happier. So it's like a fine line, but it's a nice result when you get it.
Absolutely, and the key is to enjoy it. Enjoy what you're doing. And that will convey naturally to the crowd as well. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going with the music. Mom and Dad in the mix today. Not in the mix yet, but in the mix later. This is his mix airing right now. Edith Rihanna, Espresso Sesh, best frequencies forever. Mom and dad in the house. So Nick, you came from England to the States, to the Bay Area, no? Like a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago.
That's
you
right.
said, no? I was I was like an Englishman in the Bay Area. Like, you know, I was the. How you feel, like to be in a different reality? How this?
Yeah, it is a very different reality to England. Partly because you see the sun a little more often, just a little. Yeah, it was really positive. I mean, I think people have a vision of California, and it is as beautiful as you think. You know, the outdoors and everything you can do here. But there's also these great cities like San Francisco, and there's a lot going on in San Francisco. So yeah, it was good. You know, that transition from London to San Francisco was great. The music scene is different to London, but it was actually quite easy to get into. And I actually met a lot of French DJs through a couple of bars and clubs here, and then I just started meeting all these different DJs who were also French and spoke amazing English and been living here for years, and that was a really good way to get into the music scene here.
Yeah, talking about French DJs, let's give a shout to Proper Brother that is was supposed to be here, but for some actually physical issue cannot be here. But you guys play together all the time, no?
Yeah, we play a lot together.
Together.
Yeah, we get people confuse us as well because we're both called Nick or Nico.
Yeah.
We're both English and French, and there's a lot going on. He's like a proper brother.
Yeah, exactly. And I see you guys are playing together soon, no? Here in the Mission.
Yeah, playing at Asiento
on
on the I think the 17th of this month. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a big difference in the club scene in between like Europe and the US. No, I actually depends on the genre, but mostly like on the electronic music or like on the let's say like deep house. There is like a big influence. There is Burning Man here, on this side of the country, and there is like a lot of like music that kind of like rotates around that concept. No?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And in Europe, there is this. Burning Man is seen like wow, Burning Man, no? But the music scene, like the club scene, is like kind of like the German is more like kind of like I don't know, like more like polish and design, and it's like kind of like more elegant, I guess. No?
Yeah, and there's a lot of it, right? So wherever you go, the big names, but also the smaller names and lesser known DJs, there's just hundreds and hundreds that you can choose from, or not choose from, and just go and see what happens. And I find that here I sort of seek out. I have to go and find the music that I enjoy when I go out. And actually, it's funny sometimes when I'm playing. Somebody will come up to you and at the end of the night and say, "Oh, I like the music," and often some European people will come up and say, "This is the music I love," and I find it really hard to find that here.
Yeah, there is. I noticed that, and people notice that there is like a little difference. But here actually the state of the electronic music is it's alive. Like it's doing good. It's like a different like there are few nuances, let's say, aesthetically that diverge, but
absolutely, and I felt that influence on me as well. Like a lot of the mix that we're listening to here, a lot of that comes from some of these, Burning Man. They have fundraisers before Burning Man. They have decompression sessions after Burning Man. There's the whole thing while it's going on. Like there's a huge influence of that for a couple of months.
Have you been to Burning Man?
I have not.
You have not. Okay, yeah, because it's something I probably can, or you go once and you don't go there no more, or you keep going back.
Yeah.
But I see that music-wise, your influence, you have a Burning Man influence in what you do. Yeah, I ask you to bring some records and show the like going like in a memory lane. No, that's how you say. Yeah.
It was fun actually, to do that, to kind of go through. I have a small record collection, so I kind of went through that, but I didn't want to limit myself to just what I have on vinyl, right?
Yeah.
Because I haven't listened to vinyl my whole life. Although my dad did obviously have vinyl, I listened to that when I was a kid, and then there's a whole period where I was on CDs and then mini disc for a little while. I don't know if you were on mini disc. And
I
then
love mini disc actually.
Yeah.
If you can record on it,
Right, it was great.
make your mixtape on mini disc.
Yeah, killed by the iPod.
Yeah.
But then we're into this like phase where there's no format, right? It was in MP3 on your computer, and now it's on streaming sites, and so people don't own music in the same way. And what I found when I was going through my record collection is all the songs that I would want to play today, or say these are strong influences for me, I do actually have on record. So it clearly, as I've collected over the years, when you see something you like, you sort of want to own a part of it. And that's also what I like about being a DJ is you're supposed to own the music so that you have it available. The number of times people come up and say, hey, can you play this song? I have it on my phone. And you're like, well, I don't have it.
Yeah. I mean, so this is like a nightmare. If somebody is approaching to you with a phone like that, like, oh my. Yeah. But it's true, like, because we used to own like music, like records, CDs, like, so physically or like even like digitally. But the MP3s, you have like your folders. People were going DJ with the external hard disk. Now it's I know people are going traveling. Oh, we have to download the music.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's another. It's the way you also you use the music. If you just listen to it, you need like a background for it. Or if you're aficionado, if you are like passionate about music and a collector, you organize your file, your crates, and everything.
And I think the physical aspect of music can change how you listen to it.
Yeah.
When you have an album in your hands and you're sort of holding that whilst listening to the music playing, there's another dimension to it. You can sort of feel and hold something, you can see something, there might be the lyrics inside the album. Like, there was this relationship that we took for granted with music, which we don't have so much anymore. There's all sorts of other different things around it, right? You can actually interact with the artists themselves through Twitter or through YouTube or whatever.
Like real time.
It's completely different, but I really, really like that physical support aspect of the music.
And the fact that you just pull a record and as soon as you look at it, you have you can have like a blast, like a memory, like memories that comes, they're evocative,
yes,
as it is, no?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I think we should start playing some of this record. Let's set it up. In the meanwhile, we're setting up the turntables. Let's keep going. This is still the mix going on in the background. Mom and Dad, you're listening to Espresso Sesh. Mom and Dad in the house. It's January 7th, 2020, first episode of the 5th season, season 5. All right, Espresso Sesh, BFF.fm.
Hello, darkness, hello. In the sound of silence.
And we are riding high here. It's 2:29. It's a beautiful day in San Francisco. How do you like this studio, man?
Studio is amazing.
Yeah, it feels good to be here. No, like
Yeah.
I was telling you on the phone the other day. It's like being in one of these old school San Francisco places that looks like they are designed on mushroom. No, you have like a lot of creativity coming over any corner. Anywhere you look, you say, "Oh, wow, I didn't think about it." Like here, we are like inside of a submarine.
Yeah,
Look like
it's amazing.
rugged, and it's all made of the paper mache. No paper mache, but there's another term. I don't know. Anyway,
And just outside is also just outside the actual room we're in is incredible. There's like indoor trees and
Yeah.
it's like an adult's playground. It's
adult
amazing.
playground. Yeah, like San Francisco. it is. No, it was. All right, so let's go into another section of the show, the interview with Mom and Dad, and we talk about the influences. And I ask you to pick up some records, and we're gonna talk about it. So we have the first one is already sitting in the platter, queued up, ready to go. So what is the first choice? And in the meanwhile, let me tell you something real quick. If you're listening, if you're watching us and listening on Facebook, probably the stream is gonna go because of copyright issue. So the way the video is just an extra. We are doing radio here. You can check us out bff.fm with no interruption, and you're gonna see us, but you can listen to us very well, loud and clear, I guess. I hope. So, coming back to the previous question, what you got queued up ready for us?
So we've got it's a French band. They're called High Tone, and they're from Lyon, I believe.
Okay.
And they primarily play sort of dub, but I guess not dub as I used to think of it. It's really its own kind of French dub genre. And I listened to that heavily, probably about 10, 15 years ago. I actually saw these guys live in Brussels, and that night they gave me this record. They just
Okay.
like the band afterwards. They
yeah.
were like, "Hey, you should take this," and they gave me so I don't have the cover or anything. I just have the actual
The
actual records.
Cool.
But it's a great album, and the track is called Sushit.
Okay. And you're listening to BFF.FM Espresso Sesh. Mom and Dad, the music selection right now.
Turn off the light, take a deep breath, and relax.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
And you're listening to BFF.fm, best frequencies forever.
We want to be your BFF.
BFF.fm, best frequencies forever. BFF.fm, best frequencies
Streaming with my besties.
best frequencies forever.
So, you're listening to Espresso Sesh. We are live here in the studio. Nick of Mom and Dad is in the house. Been talking about his influence, his life as a DJ, as an Englishman in the Bay Area, playing the music from the old continent to the new continent, and bridging, you know, like the pond, you know, with music selection and good vibes. So there was high tone from France, like some heavy dub, heavy bass. Yes, you're right, Nene. It's like deep bass. And we'll see you definitely at Euro Night Party 2020, like Giuseppe said. It's gonna happen not this Saturday, but the Saturday 25th, January 25th, 111 Minna. Mom and Dad is gonna be in the mix, Proper Brother as well, myself, and the live music of Route 66, French Yeah, the Spanish rumba of Rumbaia, and the Italian funk of Sonamo. It's great lineup. You know, it's there are $15 pre-sale ticket right now. The one at 10 they were gone, but you know, it's still pre-sale going on, and excited for that. Are you excited for that?
I'm super excited.
Super excited for that.
It's gonna be a great night.
Cool. If you let's give away like a ticket for the night. If you repost the video, if you're watching us on the video, if you repost it right now, you're gonna have a free ticket. Or if you are listening on BFF.fm, just let us know via, like, call us, give us a call, or like tweet us. Anyway, Mom and Dad. So what's the next selection that you queue up?
So we're gonna go with a little disco.
All right.
So the band is called Alphonse Mouzon's Electric Band,
Okay.
and the track is called Everybody Get Down.
Everybody get down. BFF.fm. Espresso Sesh.
Everybody
Zara, anytime, anytime. Quando vuoi vieni qui con piacere. Anzi, ora ti vengo a trovare e poi ti invito. Let's give a shout to Cafe International, Lower 8 and Zara. That she actually was in the radio in Bologna back in the day, like in the 80s, you know, like it's... so a big shout to Zara. Yes, okay, we are back. We have a little disco moment with Alphonse Mouzon. Everybody get down. Mom and Dad is selecting the music right now. We are going through
A musical journey.
Yeah, your musical journey, your path, that brought you here, like the good sound that brought you here. So after some disco, what's in store?
So this may be a classic, and many people know.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Simon's Graceland.
And we're definitely gonna be shut off the Facebook after with this. We've been so far it's been a long.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
especially
good. It means it's obscure stuff, right? So, yeah, I mean, this is a classic album, but I think that if I had to go and live on a desert island and I could only take one record,
you're gonna bring this one.
I would bring this one because I can listen to this from start to finish and then just put it straight back on.
Without getting tired.
Without getting tired of it. It's an amazing album. It has a lot of influences itself in the album, but I think the title track Graceland is probably my favorite, and it sort of fuses his origins from the US and has a kind of country vibe, but is also bringing in the South African influences.
And rhythm also, yeah.
It's just a really great album.
All right, let's cue this up first, but in the meanwhile...
I'm Forrest Guest, station engineer, and you're listening to BFF.FM. Oh, the cable's fucked up.
Yeah, you're listening to BFF.FM. We are a community radio. It's been in San Francisco since it's been 6 years so far. So good. We have 100 DJs doing live programming, kind of Monday to Sunday, from 8 a.m. to midnight, and also we have also programming in the nighttime. BFF.FM. We are always open for donation. It's a community radio and it's listener supported. So if you ever want to donate anything, BFF.FM/donate, and we're going to thank you for that to keep the community radio alive and, the music going, and the local musician, DJ, artists, have a place, have an outlet to play the music or say their thing or, enjoy and interact and exchange, share some good vibes. So you got Paul Simon line up. We're going to listen to Graceland, and you listen to BFF.FM. Mom and Dad in the house, your family, yes. We are also Nino Musco, like every Tuesday.
Hey, what's really going on? This is Boots Riley. You are listening to BFF.FM, and this is just in case you thought you were listening to some other station but somehow typed in these letters. We want to let you know that you've made a mistake, but probably a good one. All right? So keep it locked right here.
And yes, you're listening to BFF.FM. As Boots Riley just said, we have another selection by... Mom and Dad, and I'm gonna ask him what is gonna be in the meanwhile. Once again, if you wanna donate any money to BFF.FM, support the community radio and support this beautiful reality going on. BFF.FM/donate. All right, Mr. Nick, what you got queued up next? It's a white label. I like it. White label vinyl.
Yeah, I can't show you the cover because there isn't one. So it's an electronic band called Femrock.
Okay.
And it's a Paper Faces remix. And the reason I selected this one is it's off a Fabric Live mix. I think it's off Fabric Live 9, which is Jacques-Luc Comte's mix. And the Fabric Live series comes from the Fabric Club in London. And they must be on episode 100 by now. Maybe more, but there are 5 or 6 of these mixes that I've listened to so much that I know every transition in my head, and I expect one song to merge into the next song. It's as if they were made to go together. I've listened to them so much, and really it was that series of mixes that kind of got me into wanting to DJ in the first place.
Okay.
So Fabric Live 9, shout out for Fabric Live 41 by Simeon Mobile Disco is an amazing mix journey. And there's a few others, but yeah, this is from Jacques Lucont's mix, and it's called Them Rock.
Okay, let's listen to it. BFF.FM, Espresso Sesh. Yo. And you're listening to Espresso Sesh, Best Frequencies Forever. This is the first episode of the 5th season of the Espresso Sesh. A lot of coffee was spilled during this day. These days on the air, like excited for a new season to begin, a new year to begin. So we're gonna play the 25th of January, Saturday at 111 Minna, Euronight 2020. Excited for that. So, Mom and Dad, this was it's a nice remix. Gold is your medal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you took us from different sounds, like starting from some heavy dub. We got some classic disco, like upbeat, up tempo. We got Paul Simon. We got more like going like deep. What you got next? Sorted for us. And why you pick it up?
Yeah, so I kind of I have to include something by Daft Punk.
Yeah.
They've been so influential on the whole house music scene, but also coming from France. It's sort of an homage that I have to make. And it's also that they were the best live concert that I've ever seen. I was lucky to see the Alive 2007.
Okay.
It's a festival in France, and it blew my mind, like it blew a lot of people's minds. The visual show, the music show, the way they kind of crafted at times 3 or even 4 of their own tracks, all mixed together and making sense.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and it was so loud that my nostrils were vibrating.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I talking about Burning Man again. I saw them at Burning Man playing at the end of the playa by the fence.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a huge light, no, like this, like so with a friend of my bike over there. Let's see what's going on, no? And there was these 2 guys like with the suit and the helmet, like Daft Punk, Oh yeah, everything. Oh, they're mocking Daft Punk.
Right. They're a tribute band.
Playing the tribute band playing their song, but then we figured out there was like a huge production behind. They were like photographer, and there was like 30
No
people,
way.
30 people
No
maybe.
way.
So it was like one of these.
Yeah.
It's the Daft Punk are playing at the edge of the playa. They did at least 2 years ago. I was there.
It's amazing.
So
the year that they brought out Random Access Memories, I was at Glastonbury, and everybody at every 5 minutes, someone would say, Daft Punk are playing a secret gig at this stage or that stage, and everybody would run over, and like everybody thought they were just going to appear, but they never did.
there is a lot of hype, and I mean I can tell. There was a very important moment for the electronic music.
Yeah, and the track that I'm gonna play, it was very hard to actually pick one track, right? But I think Discovery, as much as I love Homework, I think Discovery was really where they fusioned, disco, and they started that
the electro thing with the heavy disco.
Heavy rotation samples, and yeah. But the song I'm gonna play is Digital Love.
Okay.
And it's sort of, it's not your classic sort of club thumping track, but it there's something beautiful and almost songwriter-ish about it. It's got lyrics, they're singing, but it still has that classic Daft Punk beat that allows people and gets people dancing.
Cool. We're gonna listen to it in a second. We're gonna cue it up. In the meanwhile,
hello everybody. My name's Keith. If you don't recognize my voice, I was a founding member of Black Flag, a founding member of the Circle Jerks, a founding member of Bug Lamp, a founding member of Midget Handjob, and a founding member of Off. And you're listening to BFF.FM.
Yeah, even Keith Morris is telling you. You listen to BFF.FM, and today, Espresso Sesh, we have Mom and Dad in the house, about to play this Daft Punk.
Last night I had a dream about you. In this dream I'm dancing right beside you. Everyone was having fun, the kind of feeling I waited so long. Don't stop, come a little closer as we jam. The rhythm
This is Ira Glass, This American Life, and you're listening to BFF.FM.
And we are here back in the studio, Mom and Dad, with this music selection, going through like memory lane, like the things that moved you, that the stuff that actually wanted you to DJ, you know, like from the Fabric Live, you know.
Absolutely.
Inspiration, like homage to France, homage to, you know, like to songwriters. We got Paul Simon. And we have another
European.
Yeah. I mean, one of the greatest, like, you know, like contemporary, you know?
Yeah.
Producer, like awesome musician as well. It's like a genius on the piano, on the keyboards, you know?
Yeah, Todd Terje or Todd Terje, I don't know how you say it exactly.
I don't know, I always call Todd Terje, but you know,
Todd Terje,
you know, I Italianize many names, you know, like. Anyway, it's that guy from Norway that plays awesome music.
He's a great guy. He's a crazy guy. You can he plays live now with a band, full band, which is really cool. But just him DJing is incredible as well. And whenever he plays, there's this one track he plays that's like this anthem. And it just the crowd always goes absolutely crazy.
I mean, even have you seen the video of this song?
Oh yeah, the video is worth checking out. Yeah.
Cool. So you know, like I guess probably if you get a hint of what is going on, let Nick set the platter in. And you're listening to BFF.FM.
Hello, this is Mac DeMarco. Hope rest was peaceful, and thank you for tuning into this blessed radio station here.
And it's kind of a classic, this one, no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's not, it's like a few years old, like maybe like 5 or something, but now it's a classic.
It's absolutely a classic.
It's a classic, Totteria. This Norwegian, these people here, you know, like, doesn't matter where you're from, no? The music, you can make any kind of music and you can make it very good, no?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's like the beauty of music, you know, like it's, and like a lot of potential and can let you do like what you need to say, no?
Yeah, what you need to express.
What you need to express, and you can do it very well, no? Yeah. Cool. You're listening to BFF.FM, Espresso Sesh, Mom and Dad in the house, music, selecting the music, going through the memory lane of his musical path, playing some records. Remember, we're gonna play January 25th, 111 Minna, Euro Night 2020, Euro Night Fest 2020. You can get Euro Night Party 2020.
Community radio.
All your friends are doing it.
All your friends are doing
All
it.
your friends are doing
All
it.
your friends are doing it.
All your friends are doing it.
All your friends are doing it.
Friends are doing it.
Best frequencies forever.
Sesh, first episode of the season number 5, Mom and Dad in the house, and nice music selection going through genres and decades.
Yeah, so just a little bit about these guys. They're called Krangbin.
Krangbin, yes.
It's a little hard to spell, but it'll be on the website. They're a band from Texas, bass, drums, guitar, which is like the most simple combination you can get, but they generate such textures and they have so many different influences that every track feels very different. They play a lot. They play in the Bay Area frequently, so go and see them. They have a huge amount of energy, and the guitarist is incredible. The bass lines are just so good. Yeah, great band from Texas.
Cool. You have another one line up here
I
for
do,
us. In the meanwhile, while the clock is ticking, it's 3:22. We are live in the studio, and we're having a good time with us, discovering new stuff that I've never heard before. Listening to some familiar tunes, some classic. Yeah, kind of having a blast, you know, summing it up. BFF.FM.
We want to be your BFF.
BFF.FM, best frequencies forever. BFF.FM, best frequencies forever.
Streaming with my besties.
Best frequencies forever.
And this is Espresso Sesh, best frequencies forever, BFF.FM, every Tuesday from 2 to 4 p.m. Today, we had the honor and the pleasure to host Mom and Dad.
And thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. A pleasure. Thank you for sharing the music. Thank you for bringing the records, like the conversation.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thanks for hosting.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I really like your show. And it was fun digging through memory lane.
Like new stuff, old stuff, music that move, music that inspire. Nice. January 25th,
yes.
111 Minna, Euronight Party 2020. It's gonna be a nice night. Get your tickets if you like, if you can, as soon as possible before they go away.
Before they sell out, absolutely.
Before they sell out. Thank you, Nick, for being here. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for tuning in. See you next week. We're gonna have Route 66, another band from the same bill of the Euronight Party 2020. Is gonna be a French music. They just released their album. Is pretty awesome. Vintage sounds, recorded at High Street Studios, historical location studios. See you next week for Espresso Sesh for the second episode of the season 5. Thank you again, Mom and Dad, Nick.
Thank you, Nino.
Stay tuned, BFF.FM, the good, the best is yet to come. See you. Ciao.
Ciao.
One more side, feel like that. One more side,